Welcome to Real English Voices, the podcast where you learn English the natural way.
Hey, we are Tom and Ria. Welcome to Real English Voices for English Learners.
Hello, everyone. We are really happy you're here to learn with us today.
Today, we are starting a deep dive into something very personal, a life story. But this story is more than just, fun to listen to. It's a powerful tool. It helps you master two really essential ways we talk about time in English.
That's right. We're talking about the past simple and the present perfect.
Exactly.
Our mission today really is to show you how these two tenses help you build your identity, how you can tell people who you were, what you did, and also who you are now.
Right. Because when you could tell your life story correctly, using the right tense, you really feel like you own the language.
I do. It gives you confidence.
We know that grammar can sometimes feel, a bit difficult, especially when you're just starting out.
Yes, it can seem confusing.
But we promise we're going to keep the English simple today.
Nice and slow and clear. We'll stop often to explain new words, and most importantly, we'll focus on the rhythm, the feeling of these tenses. Think of the difference like this. When we use the past simple, we're talking about something finished, closed, like turning the last page of a book.
Okay, finished.
It happened at a specific time, yesterday, maybe last summer, or back in 2005, a point in the past.
Got it. And the present perfect is different then?
Yes, it is. The present perfect is more open.
Yeah.
We use it for experiences that happened sometime in your life, but we don't say exactly when.
Like an experience you carry with you.
Exactly. Or it's for something that started in the past and is still true now, or it's important right now in the present. It sort of connects your past to your present moment.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll guide you through this story, everyone. We'll focus on work, travel, health, and hobbies. Listen closely. Notice when the storyteller stops saying, I did something, and starts saying, I have done something. Feel that change.
Ready? Let's begin this journey. Just relax and listen. Try to feel the rhythm of the English language.
Okay, so we are starting way back in the past. We're talking about a job that began and ended a long time ago. These actions are completely finished.
Right. So for this part, we're only using the past simple.
Makes sense.
It's my very first job.
Yeah.
The first work I did for money was when I was still quite young, a teenager, actually.
Oh, really? Young.
Yeah. I needed some money, pocket money, so I looked for work near my school.
I can imagine that first day. Were you, nervous?
Extremely nervous. Oh, my goodness. The job was in a small coffee shop.
Okay, a coffee cup. That's a place where people buy coffee, right?
Yeah.
And maybe tea or cake?
Exactly. Coffee, tea, maybe a quick breakfast, some cake, things like that.
Okay, past simple then. Where was it? Was it close?
It was, yeah. It was right on the main street, just 1 block from the school entrance. Very close.
Convenient.
I started working there in the summer of 2004. See? Started. Past simple, a clear time, finished action.
Right. 2004, long time ago. So what did you do during your shift? What were your tasks?
Well, the actions were pretty simple, but they definitely taught me responsibility. I cleaned tables after customers finished their drinks.
Okay, cleaned. Got it.
I made simple drinks, like just basic black coffee or tea, nothing fancy.
Yeah, okay.
And I talked to customers, taking their orders and handling the money.
Talked. So those are all specific finished actions. Cleaned, made, talked.
But did you like talking to people? Was that easy for you back then?
Ooh, not at first, no. Talking to the customers, the people who bought things from me, that was actually the hardest part.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes I felt quite shy. But I learned quickly how to smile, how to ask, can I help you? And, how to say thank you, have a nice day. Basic things.
That sounds like great practice for life, though. You learned a skill you probably still use today. Customer service.
Yeah, it was useful. I worked there only for 6 months, though.
Only 6 months.
Yeah. I started in June and I finished in December. The school year just got too busy.
Yeah.
So the action is finished. 6 months are over. I don't work there now. Okay, this is a perfect example of the past simple then. Even though the job taught you things that are still useful now, the actual act of working there is completely closed. Finished.
That's right.
If you were working there now, you'd use a different tense, wouldn't you?
Exactly. I would say I worked at the coffee shop for 6 months. Past simple, that time is done, finished.
Let's stop and quickly practice that idea, listener. If you're learning English, think about maybe your last job, even if it was short. If you worked somewhere from, say, 2018 to 2020, you would say, I worked there for 2 years. Finished.
Good example. So after I finished that coffee shop job, I focused on my final exams at university, studying hard.
Finished, focused. more past simple.
Then I spent a few months looking for a more serious professional job, a career job.
Spent, looked, all clear, completed steps in the past. It's like a timeline.
Yeah, it is. Finally, I found a job teaching English in a language center downtown. And this was the start of something much longer.
Okay, so you found the new teaching job. Past simple. We start again in the past simple because that first day, that first lesson, that's a finished moment in time, right?
Exactly. A specific point. I started teaching small groups of students. It was in a pretty small classroom. And I felt very, very nervous at the beginning. My heart beat so fast.
Felt nervous, that means worried, or maybe a little bit scared.
Mm-hmm.
A specific feeling in the past? Tell us about that very first day. Was it okay?
Oh, my first lesson. It was truly a disaster.
A disaster. Wow, okay, let's explain that word. A disaster is when something goes really, really wrong. Like a complete failure.
Yes, exactly that. I was so nervous that I forgot half of the lesson plan I had written. I talked way too fast.
Oh.
The students,
Yeah.
they just looked confused and very quiet.
Oh, dear.
I remember thinking, I cannot do this job. This is not for me.
That sounds incredibly stressful. The students looked confused. The lesson was a disaster. A specific moment.
Yes, the failure was a specific finished moment. But I didn't quit, thankfully. I became more confident after a few weeks.
Okay, confident. That means feeling sure of yourself, sure about your abilities.
Right. And this change, becoming confident, it happened slowly, but it happened in the past. It started, and, well, it grew over time back then.
So the feeling of nervous ended, and the feeling of confident began. Still past simple.
Yes. I realized that teaching was something I really, really loved. Over the next 5 years, I worked in 3 different schools. I moved to a bigger city to take a better position.
Lots of changes.
I designed dozens of new lesson plans, and I created my own teaching materials. I organized weekend speaking clubs and ran conversation classes. Every single class taught me something new.
Okay, all those specific actions and changes moved, designed, created, ran, taught. Those are past simple. They're like the building blocks of your career, the steps you took.
They are.
But now we have to talk about the result of all those finished actions.
Yeah.
The impact they have now. This is where the present perfect comes in, isn't it?
Correct. This is the key moment. The actions of teaching happened in the past, yes. But the knowledge, the experience, the effect, and it's here now. It's still with me.
Oh.
So over the years, I have learned a lot about my students, about how people learn languages, about patience. So much patience.
Right. Why do we use I have learned here and not just I learned? What's the difference for our listeners?
Good question. It's because that knowledge isn't finished. It didn't stop back then. It's active now. It helps me plan today's lessons. It's part of who I am as a teacher today. The learning started years ago, and it continues right up to this moment.
I see. So the past simple says, I cleaned the tables, and then I finished. Done.
Right.
But the present perfect says, I have learned how to teach, and I'm still teaching and using that knowledge right now.
Right.
That's the connection to the present.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to think about it. Students have told me about their goals and their challenges over the years. They've taught me so much about their cultures and traditions.
Okay, let's explain those 2 words simply. Cultures are the shared ideas, the beliefs, the ways of life of a group of people or a society.
Yes.
And traditions are the beliefs or behaviors passed down from one generation to the next, like maybe celebrating a special holiday in a specific way.
Exactly. And because of all those interactions, all those conversations, I feel I have become not just a better teacher, but also a better person. And being a better person, well, that's a state that continues right into the present.
Yeah.
It's not finished.
That result is powerful.
Yeah.
It shows the long-term impact. You have watched your students grow and change over time.
Yes.
You have seen shy people become confident speakers. You have read hundreds, maybe thousands of positive messages from people whose lives changed because they learned English. All of this experience, cumulative.
Yes, cumulative actions. That's a good phrase. It means actions that pile up or add up over time, like building blocks. I read a message 5 years ago. I read one last month. I read one yesterday. The total experience of reading them and feeling happy about them, that continues into today. It's the sum of all those past moments.
Okay, so if I ask you a question about a specific time, like, did you read a nice message from a student last week? What would you say?
I would answer in the past simple. Yes, I read a wonderful message last week. Because you asked about a specific finished time.
Got it. But if I ask about your total life experience, maybe, have you read many good student messages in your career?
Then I'd switch. I'd use the present perfect. Oh, yes, I have read hundreds of messages in my career. This shows the experience across time, not one specific point.
That distinction is so important for our listeners. Let's remember that transition. Past simple for a finished moment, a specific time, present perfect for the lasting result, or the total cumulative experience up to now. Speaking of powerful experiences, I know those teaching years also prepared you for something else really exciting, travel.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So now we change topics. We're going to talk about trips, specific trips that happened at specific times in the past.
Right. So, back to the past simple again for these specific adventures. Finished trips.
Okay.
My first trip abroad. Abroad just means traveling to a different country. That first trip was really important to me. It was to France. And I was exactly 19 years old.
Was 19. A finished state at a clear time in the past. Got it.
I went with a friend from my university. We took a night train from our city all the way to Paris. That train journey itself was an adventure.
I bet. Night train to Paris sounds romantic.
It was. We stayed in a small, pretty cheap hotel near the river.
Okay, so what were the finished actions you did during that specific trip to France when you were 19?
Well, we visited the famous museums, like the Louvre, of course. We walked along the River Seine for hours and hours. We ate lots of bread and cheese in parks, simple things.
Sounds lovely.
We met other young travelers from different countries. The trip lasted only 7 days, but every day was filled with specific, finished activities.
You hear all those simple verbs, everyone. Went, took, stayed, visited, walked, ate, met, lasted. They clearly mark the finished actions of that specific French vacation from long ago.
Exactly. Then 2 years later, I spent 3 weeks in Spain.
Okay, another specific trip.
Yes. This time, I went specifically to study Spanish. I lived with a host family.
Let's pause on that term. Host family.
Yeah.
A host family is a family that agrees to let a student or traveler stay in their house. It's often a way to practice the language and experience the local culture directly.
Yes, and my host family was wonderful. They taught me how to cook traditional Spanish food, paella, tortilla, yummy.
Nice.
I danced at local festivals in the town square.
Yeah.
And I watched football matches, soccer and these loud, crowded little bars, and it was a completely immersive experience.
Sounds amazing.
But the 3 weeks ended, so again, all those actions are past simple, finished.
Okay, tell me about your most ambitious specific trip. I heard you went somewhere quite far away.
Yes, much further. In 2015, see, a specific year, I flew to Japan.
Wow, Japan.
I spent almost a month there exploring. I traveled by the super-fast bullet train between cities like Tokyo and Kyoto. I walked through these beautiful, quiet, ancient temples.
Was that the trip when you climbed Mount Fuji?
It was, yes. To climb means to move upward, usually using your hands and feet, like going up a steep hill or a mountain. And Mount Fuji is a very famous, very tall mountain in Japan.
That must have been incredibly difficult. How long did the climb take?
The actual climb took 2 days. It wasn't easy. The first day was hiking up quite high to a rest station, a mountain hut, where I slept for just a few hours.
Not much sleep then.
No. Then I woke up really early before dawn to climb the rest of the way in the dark. I felt completely exhausted, honestly. But I also felt this huge sense of accomplishment when I reached the top.
I can imagine.
And the sun rose just above the clouds as I stood there. It was unforgettable.
Wow. You used so many past simple verbs just now to describe that journey. Took, was, slept, woke, felt, reached, rose, stood. Because it was a specific, finished event in the year 2015. It's like a closed chapter in your travel history book.
That's right. When you give the specific time, 2015, last week, 2 years later, you generally must use the past simple.
Okay, let's quickly try a comparison for everyone listening. Imagine two people talking about Italy. One asks, did you go to Italy last month? Specific time.
The answer has to use the past simple. Yes, I went to Italy last month.
Right. But if the question is just about the general life experience, like, have you ever been to Italy? Any time in your life?
Then use the present perfect. Yes, I have been to Italy twice. Or maybe, no, I haven't been to Italy yet. Experience up to now.
Excellent. Now let's connect all those individual trips, France, Spain, Japan, and others, to the bigger picture, the whole story.
Yeah.
We're no longer talking about when you traveled, but the total accumulated experience.
Yes.
This is the perfect time for the present perfect.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Accumulated experience, the total sum. So over the years, and because I am actually still traveling, I have visited more than 30 countries.
Wow, 30 countries. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's been incredible. And notice I say I have visited. This number isn't finished. Maybe next year will be 31 or 32. I don't say when I visited them all. I'm just sharing my total life experience up to now.
That's a huge amount of travel. Can you give us some examples of maybe unique things you have done in those 30-plus countries? Specific experiences, but without the date.
Okay, let me think. I have stood under the northern lights in Iceland. Just magical.
Oh, lucky you.
I have watched the sunrise come up across the vast empty desert in Morocco, just silence and colors.
Beautiful.
I have eaten delicious, and sometimes very strange, street food in Thailand. You have to be brave sometimes.
Ah, I bet.
And I have sailed on a small wooden boat in the bright turquoise water around Greece.
So the experience of standing, watching, eating, sailing, all part of your ongoing cumulative life journey.
Yeah.
Not tied to one specific date.
Exactly. And traveling isn't just about seeing sights.
Right.
You know, for me, it's really about connecting with people. I have met people from, well, almost every continent, I think, who invited me into their homes and shared their lives with me.
That's special.
It really is. I have made friends in places very far away, friends I still talk to today, you know, online or on the phone.
That's fascinating. The action of making the friends happen in the past, maybe years ago on a specific trip.
Right.
But the result, the friendship is active now.
Yeah.
You still talk to them. That's the core of the present perfect, that connection to now.
Absolutely. And the lessons learned, too. Travel has taught me so much. It has taught me how to be patient, especially when my flight is canceled or when I get completely lost.
Uh-huh. Yes, travel requires patience.
It really does. It has taught me how to be flexible and how to find joy in really simple moments like a perfect cup of local tea or a beautiful sunset or just a kind conversation with a stranger. This knowledge, this way of being is something I still use and value right now.
So the past simple was the specific journey up Mount Fuji back in 2015.
Yes.
The present perfect is the realization, the knowledge you have now, that climbing mountains taught you perseverance, a quality you use every day.
Precisely. That's the link. And we can also use the negative present perfect, you know, to talk about things I want to do, dreams I have, but I haven't done them yet.
Things still missing from your life experience list.
Exactly. Like, I haven't visited South Africa yet, even though I dream of going there someday.
Okay.
And I feel I haven't explored South America properly yet. There's so much more I want to see there. These are experiences that are still waiting to happen. The action hasn't finished because, well, it hasn't even started.
Got it. Let's try one more quick practice for our listeners.
Yeah.
Think about your favorite food. If you tried it for the very first time yesterday,
Okay.
you say, I ate it yesterday. Past simple. Specific time.
Right.
But if you want to say that this food is part of your total life experience, you love it, you eat it often,
Then you'd say, I have eaten this food many times in my life. Present perfect. It shows the experience, not the specific moment. The key is whether you name the specific time or not.
Okay, now let's talk about something different. Health and lifestyle. This is actually a great area to apply both tenses because we often talk about bad habits that maybe ended in the past
Past simple for those.
and good habits that started in the past and are still ongoing now.
Present perfect for those. Exactly. It fits perfectly.
So tell us about your past.
Well, when I was younger, let's be honest, health wasn't really a priority for me. My past simple habits, they were not good. I ate a lot of fast food, you know, hamburgers, fries, pizza, almost every day.
Okay, lots of fast food.
Yeah. And I drank way too many fizzy drinks.
If you drink, those are the sweet drinks with bubbles like soda or cola, right?
Exactly. Sugary drinks. I slept only a few hours every night because I stayed up late studying or watching TV.
So all those finished actions probably contributed to feeling tired, I imagine.
Oh, definitely. I felt tired and kind of sluggish most of the time. But, you know, I did not change my habits for a long time, even though I knew deep down they were bad for me.
Okay, so we use past simple for all of that because those bad habits, those specific actions, eating fast food often, drinking soda daily, they have mostly stopped now, right? That phase of your life is closed.
Mostly, yes. That phase is definitely closed. Then a turning point came, a moment of change. When I was 25, I decided I needed to make a serious change.
Okay, a specific age, a specific decision, past simple.
Yes. I joined a gym. I started running. All clear, finished, starting actions tied to that specific time around age 25.
Tell us more about the running. That sounds like quite a journey in itself.
It was. When I first started, honestly, I couldn't run more than maybe 2 kilometers without stopping. I felt pain in my legs and in my lungs. It was really hard work every single time I went out.
Yeah, starting exercise can be tough.
It really was. But slowly, you know, step by step, I improved. After about 3 months of practice, I ran my first ever 5-kilometer race.
Wow, that's a great past simple story, a specific achievement. How did you feel when you crossed the finish line of that first 5K race?
Oh, I felt this incredible sense of pride and energy. It was amazing. That specific moment, finishing that race, it showed me that I could change my life if I put my mind to it.
That's powerful.
So after that, I mostly stopped eating fast food regularly. I started to cook more meals at home. I really focused on buying fresh vegetables and fruit. I learned how to make simple, healthy dishes.
Okay, so you stopped some things and started other things back then in the past. But now let's look at the result today. How do those past actions connect to your life now? This must be present perfect time.
It is. The actions started in the past simple, but the results and the continuation are present perfect. So since then, for many years now, I have kept those healthy habits. Mostly. Mostly. I have run many races since that first one, including a half marathon.
Okay, a marathon is a very long race, usually about 42 kilometers or 26 miles. So a half marathon is half of that distance, around 21 kilometers or 13 miles. That's a huge accomplishment.
Thank you. It felt like it.
And you use the present perfect I have run. Because the experience of running races is part of your life history up to now. It's not just one finished event.
Exactly. And I have gone to the gym pretty consistently for many years now. I have tried other new activities too, like swimming, hiking, and yoga. These activities have helped me feel stronger and more balanced, and that feeling continues now.
You also mentioned focusing on mental health. You should probably explain that term simply for our listeners.
Yes, good idea. Mental health is basically how you feel in your mind and with your emotions. It's not just about your physical body, but your inner feelings, your stress levels, your happiness.
Right. So I realized I needed habits for my mind too, not just my body. And what are those ongoing mental habits you've developed? Present perfect again, I assume.
Yes, I have meditated almost every morning for about 5 years now, just 10 minutes usually.
5 years, wow.
And I have spent dedicated time walking slowly and mindfully in nature, maybe once a week. These practices have really helped me stay calm, reduce stress, and generally remain more positive. The meditation started 5 years ago, and I continue it today, so present perfect.
That's a fantastic distinction. And if you were talking about, say, one specific week last month when you didn't meditate because you were sick.
When I'd switch back, I'd say I didn't meditate last week because I was sick. Past simple for that specific finish time.
Perfect.
Yeah. So overall, I haven't been perfect, of course. There were definitely weeks I didn't go to the gym because I was busy or traveling. Past simple for those specific times. But the main thing I have learned from all this is that even if you're not perfect, the key is not to give up completely. I have learned that small, simple habits done consistently over a long time truly can change your life. That final lesson makes a lasting result. That's a present perfect truth for me now.
Okay, we come to our final section now. Hobbies and learning. These are the activities that bring joy, creativity, maybe peace into your life.
Yes, the fun stuff.
Exactly. And we'll see again how new interests maybe began in the past
Past simple.
and how they have enriched or changed your life since then.
Present perfect. Got it. So tell us about a hobby.
Okay, well, I discovered my deep love for music when I was 16 years old, a specific time. My uncle gave me his old acoustic guitar.
Oh, cool. A guitar? Was it easy to learn at the start?
Oh, absolutely not. My fingers hurt so badly from pressing the strings, and I made so many mistakes, horrible sounds sometimes.
I know that feeling.
But I kept playing because I just loved the sound, the feeling of it. After about a year of practice, I joined a small band with some friends, and we played at school events and parties.
Okay, those are all clear, past simple actions, the specific process of learning and playing music when you were young. Discovered, gave, hurt, made, kept playing, joined, played. Did you ever stop playing the guitar?
I did for a while, actually, when university and work got very busy. But music is a constant passion for me. A passion, that's a great word. It means something you love very, very much, something you feel really strongly about.
Exactly. So even though I stopped for a while, I have played the guitar again regularly in more recent years. I have written some new songs, just for myself mostly. And I have even performed at a few small local events like open mic nights.
Ah, so the past simple shows the start of the music journey back when you were 16, and the present perfect shows how the skill and the joy of music continue into your life now. I have played, I have written, I have performed.
Yes, that continuing joy is the result. It's present now.
Okay. Tell us about another passion, maybe one that started with a specific trip. You mentioned cooking earlier.
Yes. That would be cooking. I took a one-day cooking class when I was in Rome during my travels. That's past simple, a specific action on a specific trip. I learned how to make fresh pasta and a couple of simple, delicious Italian sauces.
Sounds wonderful. And since that specific class in Rome,
Yeah.
the connection to the present, what have you done with that skill?
Well, since that day, I have cooked hundreds and hundreds of meals, both for myself and for other people. I have invited friends over for dinner parties almost every month for years.
Nice.
I've shared my favorite recipes. You know, recipes are the instructions for preparing a particular dish. I've shared them with many people who asked.
So you started learning to cook pasta on that one day in the past, but you were still cooking and sharing your love of food today. The hobby is definitely ongoing, present, perfect.
Definitely ongoing. And I have explored many other hobbies, too, over the years, just trying things out.
Like what?
I have painted small landscapes with watercolor paints. Not very well, but I enjoyed it. I have taken literally thousands of photos during my travels. That's a very cumulative action.
Yeah, photos definitely add up.
And I have read many, many books about things that interest me, like philosophy, history, and art. All of these interests, these experiences, have made my life feel richer and more meaningful now.
I think it's also important to mention, though, that not every hobby becomes a long-term, present, perfect commitment, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned trying some things that didn't stick around.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Good point. I tried learning the violin for about 6 months once, but I gave up. It was too difficult for me.
Okay, tried and gave up. Past simple, finished.
Yep. And I joined a dance class, salsa dancing, but I stopped after a few weeks because I felt too shy and awkward.
Joined and stopped. Past simple again, because they started and ended fairly quickly. They're not part of your active life now.
Right.
But maybe even those short attempts, those failures, if you like,
Yeah.
have a result today. Do they teach you anything?
You know, I think they do. They have taught me that trying new things is always worth the effort, even if you fail or stop quickly. I have learned, maybe, to be brave enough just to start something new, even if I don't know if I'll continue it. That lesson remains. Hashtag tag outro. So, that is my story, or parts of it anyway. A story told using these two important tenses of time. I have lived many different kinds of experiences. I've made plenty of mistakes, and hopefully, I have learned from most of them. I have grown, and I have changed over the years. And all of these results, these changes, are present in my life today.
We use this story today to really show that when you speak English, you need to make a choice. Are you describing something that did happen at a specific finished time in the past, use past simple? Or are you describing a total life experience, something that's connected to who you are right now? Use present perfect.
When you can use these two tenses well, you can share almost any story about yourself, from, the small disaster of a first lesson
Yeah.
to the great accomplishment of finishing a half marathon.
Absolutely. So to finish our deep dive today, we have 3 practice questions for you, the listener. Try to answer them out loud using the correct tense. Think about the rhythm we practiced. Ready? Question 1. What is one thing you did last weekend? Think. Past simple, specific finish time. Question 2. What is one thing you have learned in your life that helps you today? Think. Present and perfect. Experience connected to now. Question 3. What is one place you haven't visited yet, but maybe you want to? Think. Negative present perfect, missing experience.
We really encourage you to try and tell your own story using these tenses. When you can connect your own history, your own life to the English tenses, that's when you'll truly feel the language belongs to you. Keep practicing these rhythms.
We love sharing this deep dive with you today. Keep learning, keep practicing, and definitely keep believing in yourself.
Bye for now from Real English Voices.